Hey guys, it's Murph. I'm just doing a quick video. It's off the top of my head, so please don't get angry if I make a couple mistakes. So I'm just reviewing this Eonon head unit. I think it's Eonon. It was 230 bucks. I got it on eBay. It's a 10.1 inch screen. It's a double din. It has GPS built into it, Wi-Fi. It has a 4-core processor. I believe it's an MTK processor, 2 gigabytes of RAM, and 16 gigabytes of storage. So when I first bought the head unit, it seemed to be working fine. It is slow. I will say it's slow. I was downloading apps one night, trying to figure things out, and it was driving me nuts. It was taking so long. The Wi-Fi really doesn't work great, even though the Wi-Fi at my house is pretty quick. But it was working. I was aggravated. I forgot to hook up the illumination wire so these buttons on the left would illuminate, because the illumination wire coming out of the head unit is pink and the illumination wire on the vehicle is orange. And when I was hooking it up, I didn't put it together, and I thought, like most regular head units that I've hooked up in the past, like Pioneers and stuff, even without the illumination wire hooked up, or the dimmer wire, whatever you want to call it, everything would light up anyway. So I just assumed these buttons would light up anyway. Now, if you go into settings, it seems like all the other head units I looked up, you can turn on the lights for the buttons all the time if you want. On this one, you can't. So I'll go to settings, 5802. Okay, I'm doing this through the screen. And I couldn't find any settings. If you go to key, it just tells you to do that. But if you go to touch study, you can program what the buttons do. And just so you guys know right now, the buttons aren't working. So even though I didn't want to, I unhooked everything. I got a Tundra, so I'm going to turn the light on real quick. When I change the radio, I got to take this cup holder out, which is kind of a bitch. I got my USBs hooked into here. It does come with 2 USBs. You got my bottom one is the one for iPhone. It does do CarPlay through USB. The top one is just a charge port, and I'll talk about this a little more in a minute. So I got to take all this stuff out, take my temperature control out, take my cluster cover off so I can get the temperature control panel off. Then I got to pull this out, and the antennas are in the corner. The Wi-Fi cable is just long enough to make it to the back of the radio behind the glove box. So I can only get the radio out a little bit before the cable catches, because it's just long enough, and I got to unthread it and get it off. And it's just a nightmare. So I went through the nightmare. I took it back out. I hooked up the dimmer wire, put it back in, and the buttons worked before I did that. After I hooked up the dimmer wire, the buttons stopped working. Now, watch this. I can reprogram them. Hold on. So power, you tap on it. Hold on, I'm doing this on my phone screen. Now it's not even, oh yeah, it's blinking. You just can't see it on the phone screen. I can reprogram it. Home. Let me reprogram it. Home. Back. Volume up. Volume down. They're reprogrammed, okay? So now I go back. I could save and quit, but every time I restart the head unit, the buttons stop working. So now we'll go to the home screen. And we'll just go into something like settings, say. Now volume is working. Back won't. Home won't. And power just shuts the screen off. So now these 2 buttons won't work, home and back, but these ones will work. And once I reset the head unit, everything will stop working again. I can't get the settings to stay. I contacted Eonon through eBay. They sent me a video of how to program the touch buttons, and that was it. But like I said, it doesn't work anyway. I fully reset the head unit. That didn't help. They didn't start working again anyway. So I almost wish, like in the beginning, I just left it alone, but it is what it is. I wanted the buttons to light up. I wanted it to look right. I got them to match because you can change the colors, and it looked good, but now it doesn't work right. But I will say my saving grace with this whole thing was I downloaded an app called Headunit Reloaded. You can get it on the Play Store. It's $5. They even give you a trial with the app. You can use it for 30 minutes before it shuts off, just to see if it'll work with what you got. I got a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. I used the app, and I could do Android Auto over USB with the top USB port that's just supposed to be just for charging. I could do Android Auto, and I could do wireless Android Auto through my hotspot on my phone, and it all worked. So I had Android Auto working great. I could even use CarStream or whatever it is. You could watch YouTube or Netflix. I don't condone watching it while you're driving, but your passengers can watch it, and you can at least listen as a driver. Anyways, not to get into that whole thing, so Android Auto was working, and I really liked it. But I got to tell you, this thing was $230 on eBay. Had I done a little bit more research, you can get a Join head unit with the same size screen. Has an 8-core processor, 4 gigs of RAM, and it just seems like an all-around better head unit for $360. It's a little bit more money. Or you can get the Decida on Amazon. The ones on eBay, you can only get them out of China, so it'd take a while to get it, but you can get them on Amazon. But I got to say, I'm just really not happy with the head unit. It's slow, it's laggy, the button problem. I mean, come on. And here's the thing. In China, they're making 1 million of these screens. Like, they're pumping them out. And companies are just putting their own double DIN or single DIN on the back of it or whatever they're doing and putting their own brand on it and then selling it. You can get this same screen from a different company with a different brain or whatever you want to call it for like $130, $100. It's the same screen though, and I believe the resolution is 1024 by 600. It's not HD. I know the Joy, I think, is 720p regular HD, but I'm not going to get all the details. I know the video's a little bit sloppy. The focusing on this phone isn't great, but I still wanted to do a quick review. I would say pass, guys. Spend a little bit more money, get something a little bit nicer. You know, that's just my thought on it. Anyways, it was a quick one, guys. I will see you in the next one.